again to Let's Talk. I'm your host, Lisa Love. From fashion trends, healthy natural hair, and flawless faces, today's show is all about you loving the skin you're in. Going from drab to chic, this fashionista shows us how to do it with style and a smile. Let's talk to fashion blogger Mary Byrd. Hi, Mary. How are you today?
I'm doing well. And yourself?
Oh, I'm great. Thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Oh, thanks for having me.
So tell me, what got you started on fashion blogging?
Well, I've always had a passion for fashion, and I always like finding deals on stuff, and I would share that with my family and friends. And so I was 40 years old, and I needed a creative outlook, something that wasn't just mom and 9 to 5, something that I was very passionate about. So when I turned 40, I decided, you know what, I'm going to do this, and I hit the publish button, and I've been going ever since.
So where do you come up with the styles from that you publish on your blog?
Well, it's usually by what I like. I look at different celebrities as well, but I'm really kind of thinking out the box. I like to try different things. I like to push myself, try different styles that maybe I wouldn't think about trying.
So do you try any of the new fashion or trends? Do you go along with any?
I do sometimes if I like them. Now, just because it's a trend doesn't mean it's a trend for me.
Right.
But I'm willing to try things. I always have the belief you should always try it, because if you don't like it, you don't ever have to put it on again. And I think a lot of women get caught in a box where they don't want to try new things, and they might surprise themselves and actually come up with some new things that they like.
Yeah, you can never turn down anything. You know? Take it home. You can always put it back on the hanger.
Exactly,
you know?
Exactly. And especially if it's at a great price. If I find something for $3.97,
why not?
I'm willing to try it. It
Yeah.
might work for me, you know.
So do you work with any major retail stores?
I have. My first collaboration was with JCPenney for their spring 2015 spring line. It was a campaign. They flew me to New York City, gave me model treatment. It was just an amazing experience. And recently I've collaborated with Kurls on their fall campaign for the Every Style for Every Woman.
Okay, and so has that already come out, or when
It
should we
did.
expect that? Okay.
It did come out. It came out in October. Kind of like the same thing with JCPenney. They flew me to Milwaukee, their headquarters, and just gave us like model treatment. It was quite amazing.
Oh no, trust me, it sounds amazing. I have to get some tips later on how I can get that far, you know. So do you have any fashion icons that you look up to, or anybody that inspires you?
Well, my all-time favorite fashion icon is Jennifer Lopez. I like her. We're around the same age demographic, and I think about 95% of the time she gets it right. She dresses sexy but still tasteful, because you see some women, they get to a certain age and, maybe not so appropriate, but I think she gets it right 9 times out of 10.
Good. So what is your You Go Girl project?
Well, You Go Girl was kind of inspired by my whole JCPenney experience. Me and a local photographer got together and wanted to give women in the community a model experience, kind of what I experienced. And so we selected women from nominations that had been through some sort of adversity and reward them with a photo shoot, a makeover, a whole new wardrobe from Clothes Mentor. So it's kind of like just giving them that same experience to kind of boost up their self-esteem.
How long has this been going on?
It actually has been a little bit over a year. We're a little bit on hiatus right now because we're looking for another title sponsor. So we're kind of working behind the scenes to get that going again.
Are you working on any other projects at the moment while you wait for that to finish?
Yeah, I do volunteer with like Fort Wayne Girls Rock, and have volunteered with the Cotillion here. And also I'm a contributor for the Women of More magazine, which is a women's magazine. I do the fashion portion of that. So it's a magazine that highlights women, finding their more in life. So those are the things I'm kind of working on right now.
You're a very busy woman, I see.
I am. I like to give back. I mean, that's important to me, that you're giving back to the community.
Oh, yes, amazing. And trust me, in the day and age we live in nowadays, a lot of the girls love fashion.
Yeah.
Everything we're going to talk about today. I won't tell the rest of the show. But let's get into some tips. Tell us a few things where we can find some stuff. So I'm listening, and they all will be too. So.
Okay. Well, I always start with like the clearance rack, like at JCPenney's. I like to call it clearance, make it more fancy. But I like somewhere like a JCPenney where I can get the deals and stack the coupons with that, and then earn rewards at the same time. I shop like Target. I also like to go to the Goodwill to get like jeans. Distressed jeans are like the huge thing right now, and I'm not about to pay $100 for them.
Yes.
So go to the Goodwill on half price day, get the $3 jeans, and get your little scissors and whatever out and distress them yourself. So those are some of the tips. I like to shop the clearance rack. I like to get pieces that I can style 3 different ways, so it just makes my wardrobe a lot bigger.
All right. Well, we thank you so much for coming on the show today, Miss Mary.
Thank you.
And make sure you send me some tips. I'll post them for you, okay?
Oh, no, you're good.
All right. Up next, honoring your journey to healthy, natural hair.
Waiting until this summer could get you this. Or you can plan ahead. Let us design the perfect t-shirt for you and your family. Now's a great time to order your family reunion shirts from the Lyric in Line T-shirt Company. Visit lyricinline-t-shirtcompany.com to view our designs or call 260-225-7479 to let us create a shirt just for you. Don't let this be you.
In a home fire, can your family safely escape in 2 minutes?
I heard my oldest son holler for mommy, and all I could see was smoke. The boys, we never really worked with them, I guess, on telling them what to do if there's a fire. We lost our child. We lost everything.
Make sure you can safely escape a fire. Practice your 2-minute drill. Test your smoke alarms monthly. Make your plan today.
There's a threat targeting America: Lyme disease. Spread by tiny ticks, this dangerous disease can cause life-changing health problems and is now more widespread than West Nile, tuberculosis, and HIV/AIDS combined. So it's time for us to target Lyme disease. That means checking for ticks when you've been outside and seeing a doctor if you experience the warning signs, which can include joint pain and flu-like symptoms. Learn how you can target Lyme disease at targetlyme.org.
It was a huge pill to swallow. Being told that you would never breathe on your own, be able to walk on your own, or being able to feed myself on my own completely changes you. You have to realize who the new you is while living with the limitations that you have on a day-to-day basis. I was sitting on the couch contemplating, is my life really worth it? Wounded Warrior Project showed me that I am worth it. My first event was a soldier ride in Seattle, and I got to ride 50 miles on a hand cycle that I borrowed from them at zero cost to me. All I had to do was show up. I'm so thankful that Wounded Warrior Project was there to help me. Being able to open up and not having to re-explain everything that's going on in your life because they get it. I know of no other veterans organization that has been able to help me get to where I am now. Where I started off barely being able to move my arms to now being able to walk without holding on to anything. I am living proof.
Everyone deserves a decent place to live.
Everyone.
Decent shelter is something we all need to thrive. Through shelter, we empower. Visit Habitat.org to provide help to families like these today.
Can you see me? Because I feel like I'm invisible. Like if it weren't for the news, no one would think of this place. But here we have bright spirits and vivid dreams. If only the world could see.
Welcome back. Curly, kinky, or wavy, natural hair is beautiful, but finding products to keep your hair healthy is a must. Let's talk to Juanita Henderson, owner of Chocolate Kinks and Kurls. Hi, Miss Juanita. How are you today?
I'm great, Lisa. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. Thank you so much for asking. My first question is for you what was your inspiration for starting Chocolate Kinks and Kurls?
Well, my inspiration for starting Chocolate Kinks and Kurls was my daughter's. My daughter was having some issues loving her natural, and I was relaxed at the time. So when I realized that her issues were coming from not seeing a reflection of herself in me, I decided to big chop.
Oh, no, that's definitely a very good reason to do it. Tell us a little bit about your hair journey when you did that big chop and starting over.
So upon big chopping, I realized that I wasn't as prepared as I thought I was going to be. I remembered as a little girl, having curly hair, and so I thought it was going to be as easy as putting water and grease on it. That didn't work out too well. So I started researching, looking online, YouTube, the internet, Google, and I started finding products, but the issue was I couldn't find those products here. And so I decided to fill a need and start the Chocolate Kinks and Kurls aisle.
So why is it important, in your opinion, of course, for women to embrace their natural hair?
It's important because it helps you to kind of foster a level of self-love that I think that we as Black women especially have a difficult time finding. So it just brings about that another layer of self-love and self-acceptance.
Good. Trust me, it definitely does. You'll feel a lot better when you're through with the process, because we know it's a process. So what is healthy hair?
Healthy hair is, in my opinion, and actually science actually backs this, healthy hair is hair that is free of being, for us, chemically processed with the relaxer. The relaxer is linked to fibroids, and as Black women, we're some of the, percentage-wise, we are the highest number of cases of fibroids. And with that being linked to relaxers, I feel like that supports that transitioning to natural hair is definitely the healthiest hair.
So can you tell us more about your products at Chocolate Kinks and Kurls?
Yes, so we just launched our own line. We started out, Chocolate Kinks and Kurls has been in business for almost 5 years. This past September, we launched our own product line. All of our products are all natural, organic, and plant-based products. So 100% great for everybody in the family, not just women. We have a lot of men who like to steal their wives' products and things of that nature. So just products for the family. So we've been almost 4 or 5 months out on the shelves, and things are going really well.
Good. Trust me, I'm glad to hear that they're doing good. I remember coming to your curling coaching session one time upon another, and it was great then. So congratulations on everything that's happening. What about your Her Bar? Will you tell me a little bit about that?
Yes. So the Her Bar is an all-natural cleansing bar that is formulated to balance the pH for women. Girls as young as 10 years old actually can use the bar, and it just helps to keep everything balanced. I feel like when we are more confident with our bodies, when it comes to feminine, feeling good, we are sold this image of, we're supposed to be running through fields of daisies and flowers and stuff. And the Her Bar just kind of helps you with that feeling of just feeling, more confident and clean. So in a natural way, because some of the over-the-counter things just are not made and formulated to be things that we use in that area.
Oh no, I completely agree. So did you formulate the product yourselves, or any of your products? You do formulate them yourself, right?
So actually we work with a cosmetic chemist who has been in the industry for over 10 years. She also happens to be a Black woman. It's very important to me that because when I started CKK, we worked with Black owned brands. So as I transitioned to having my own products produced, I wanted to make sure to carry that on. So we work with a black woman who is a cosmetic chemist, and she formulates our products.
Good. Lots of resources, and like you said, let's make sure we keep it in the business.
Absolutely.
And so let's not forget about the men. I know you brought that up earlier. So do you have products that are specific towards them?
Yes, we do. Although, like I said, they like to use all of the products, even the ones that smell, they like the way that they smell. But we do have men products, so we have them for the hair as well as for the face. Beard, the beard gang, men and their beards these days. We had to make sure that we had products that would, help them take care of that area as well. So
good. And I brought up your curl coaching earlier, so could you give us a quick rundown of how that works?
So what curl coaching ultimately is, it is a one-on-one session with me, and what I do is I help to empower women to embrace their natural hair and just to help them honor their natural hair journey the best way it suits them. So we talk about, what are your challenges, what are your goals, and then the most important thing is their lifestyle. Because a lot of times with natural hair, we want what we see on social media. And the truth of the matter is that, we have women who are moms, who are, CEOs, who, work in corporate America, and they simply don't have time every week to have the hairstyle that they see on Instagram. So I teach them to find ways to bring healthy natural hair into their lifestyle, not trying to add another chore to the list of things that they already have to do.
Right. Okay. Very smart way to look at it. Definitely that way. So could you give us some tips for our viewers to try at home?
Yes. So the first thing is, if you're transitioning or if you're thinking about natural hair, definitely do your research and have realistic expectations of what you can do in order to return natural and to make it as easy as possible, because it is a journey. They don't call it a journey for nothing. No reason, so it is a journey. So research, and then find women who've had the experience that can support you on your journey to natural hair, and then use quality products. Yes. So Chocolate Kinks of Kurls, of course, shameless plug, yes. But just products that have great ingredients, because ingredients really do matter when it comes to reaching your ultimate healthy hair goals.
All right. Well, I thank you so much, Miss Juanita, and trust me, I always love your advice, and I'm hoping that everyone else watching does pay attention, take the advice, and start natural. Coming up, more with Juanita Henderson about natural hair.
It was a huge pill to swallow. Being told that you would never breathe on your own, be able to walk on your own, or being able to feed myself on my own completely changes you. You have to realize who the new you is while living with the limitations that you have on a day-to-day basis. I was sitting on the couch contemplating, is my life really worth it? Wounded Warrior Project showed me that I am worth it. My first event was a soldier ride in Seattle, and I got to ride 50 miles on a hand cycle that I borrowed from them at zero cost to me. All I had to do was show up. I'm so thankful that Wounded Warrior Project was there to help me. Being able to open up and not having to re-explain everything that's going on in your life, because they get it. I know of no other veterans organization that has been able to help me get to where I am now. Where I started off barely being able to move my arms to now being able to walk without holding on to anything. I am living proof.
Can you see me? Because I feel like I'm invisible. Like if it weren't for the news, no one would think of this place. But here we have bright spirits and vivid dreams. If only the world could see.
Everyone deserves a decent place to live.
Everyone.
Decent shelter is something we all need to thrive. Through shelter, we empower. Visit Habitat.org to provide help to families like these today.
It started with the original care package and millions more like it. Passed from hand to hand, across land and sea, to help survivors in the aftermath of war. As we grew, we found better ways to help those in need. Ways to make a real difference, not just today, but tomorrow as well. Be the difference in people's lives. Help deliver lasting change at care.org.
In a home fire, can your family safely escape in 2 minutes?
I heard my oldest son holler for mommy, and all I could see was smoke. The boys, we never really worked with them, I guess, on telling them what to do if there's a fire. We lost our child. We lost everything.
Make sure you can safely escape a fire. Practice your 2-minute drill. Test your smoke alarms monthly. Make your plan today.
Everyone deserves a decent place to live.
Everyone.
Decent shelter is something we all need to thrive. Through shelter, we empower. Visit Habitat.org to provide help to families like these today.
Waiting until this summer could get you this. Or you can plan ahead. Let us design the perfect t-shirt for you and your family. Now's a great time to order your family reunion shirts from the Lyric and Line T-shirt Company. Visit lyricandlinetshirtcompany.com to view our designs or call 260-225-7479 to let us create a shirt just for you. Don't let this be you.
Welcome back. Let's continue to speak with Juanita Henderson. Juanita, can you tell us what are some myths when it comes to natural hair?
This question always makes me laugh. Myths for natural hair. People think because you choose to wear your hair natural that you're militant. Those are things that are associated with rocking the afro, but it does not. That's one of the things that I hear most often is that, when you return natural, all of a sudden you start wearing your dashiki and, your fro with your pick and all that. And that's just not the case. But what it does bring out is another level of self-awareness and just, understanding our culture and history a little bit more. I can say that was my personal story, but it definitely doesn't make you militant. Some other myths are that your hair is going to be like everyone else's or your hair crush. The girl you see on YouTube, that your hair is going to be like that if you simply use the products that they're using, which is a joke. Right. It doesn't work that way. So those are some myths about natural hair.
So that also leads into those unrealistic expectations that we spoke about earlier.
Oh, goodness.
So why is it, so important to make sure that you are being very realistic when it comes to expecting things from being natural?
Well, the unrealistic expectations, we put those on ourselves, unfortunately, from the YouTube and the social media, which I love YouTube, I love, Facebook, Instagram, but unfortunately it plants a seed of negativity because women want the hairstyle that they saw on YouTube. She used this product, sprayed it on there, and now, your hair is just supposed to magically be curly. And so it's important to have realistic expectations so that you don't get discouraged from, the journey of natural hair. So if you don't get those results that you see, you have to ask yourself, is my hair really like hers? What are the things that make my hair similar to hers that I can even expect this? So you have to do some self-evaluating and ask some important questions so that you don't get wrapped up in the hype of YouTube and social media.
So aside from your curl coaching, have you ever done any YouTube videos?
I've not. I'm not. Oh, I'm terrified. YouTube is just, that's a world of dedication. And it's a level of dedication that I'm not sure is my element. I like more one-on-one. I like to, really get to know the people that I'm serving. So it's different. I'm terrified. But it's probably something that I should do.
Definitely. And I say definitely to you because, of course, you have your products. You don't have to, go on there and do the whole spiel with someone else's product. And like you said, they expect those unrealistic expectations from someone who's don't even have a product that's theirs.
Right.
But you do. So I feel like that would, for one, be a great thing. And then for two, it's going to help a lot of our sisters wake up, get your hair right, and be healthy with it.
Yes.
So how long would it typically take for you to transition from, of course, having relaxed hair to natural?
That varies for everyone. In all honesty, people think, well, I haven't had a relaxer in 2 months, and they classify themselves as natural. And so I just want to, and that's, there's nothing wrong with it. But again, you have to know what you're doing. So research is important. So once you stop, relaxing your hair, you have to cut off all the relaxed hair in order to be natural. Right. So for some people, they are afraid to do that. So they do what's called transitioning. Transitioning is where you just stop the process of relaxing your hair and just allow it to grow out. But again, that's different for everyone. It's going to be based on the length of your hair. Mm-hmm. So if you're someone who has shoulder length hair, you transitioning for even a year may not remove all of the right. So you have to, it's different for everybody, so you really have to take those things into consideration. And see a professional stylist, someone who can tell you, this is how much relaxer you have left on your hair, who can kind of guide you through that process, because it's that's a process. It's a journey in itself, just a transition.
Yes,
so
I know very much so. Last time you saw me, I barely even had any hair because I did it myself. So
it was still beautiful. It was still beautiful.
Thank you. Next question, of course. With this, what's the difference between, of course, transitioning from natural to curly and then actually training your hair? I feel like that there's a very big difference between that.
Yes, so transitioning, that's when you stop the process. But once you are natural, you've chopped off all that relaxed hair, people think that you automatically wash your hair and it just curls right up. That is not the case for most people. I know, again, YouTube shows us these stories, and these girls, they chop it all off and then their curls are just everything. It typically does not work for that for most people. It did not work that way for me. So what you have to do, I tell people all the time, there are 3 things that are most important, and that's going to be quality products, consistency in utilizing those products, and the patience. The patience is what's going to take you, the consistency and the patience is what's going to start to allow you to train your hair, so you can't just hop into it and think that you're going to automatically have curls.
Yeah, and we've talked a lot about, YouTube, and needless to say, with our generation, we both know a lot of the young girls growing up, that's the one thing they shoot to.
Yes.
So how would you recommend a mother, work with her daughters to embrace and love their natural hair versus going on YouTube, seeing, like you said, somebody with hair that's unlike ours?
And the thing with that is mothers can support their daughters in multiple ways. First, the most important thing that I would say is making sure that you're not projecting your own feelings about natural hair. Because I have a lot of moms who aren't natural, but their daughters want to wear their natural hair. So that's the first thing. Make sure you're not projecting your feelings about natural hair and not supporting them in that way. And I just want to say, I know I've spoken a lot about YouTube, but YouTube isn't necessarily a negative thing. If, as a mother, if you want to be supportive and you're not natural yourself, what you can do is sit down with your daughter and help her find YouTubers whose hair mimics her hair versus them just, seeing a style and seeing a YouTuber who has hair drastically different and then them, having those seeds of disappointment planted when they don't get the same results.
Okay. With that, any other advice that you would like to give, or any other tips, we can give out really quickly?
So just, again, do you, embrace you. Don't be afraid to go against what people are saying you can or can't do as it relates to your hair and just your overall beauty. As a woman, and as even our young girls, sometimes we have to allow them just to be themselves. And I know that having a 13 and 14-year-old, their personalities are different, but I let them express their beauty the way they feel most comfortable. So just being open to being yourself instead of trying to morph into someone else. So
that's the biggest thing.
Yes, that's the biggest thing. Be yourself.
All right. Well, I thank you so much, Miss Juanita, for joining us today.
You're welcome.
Pretty doesn't have to hurt. Being comfortable being you is your own personal journey. The more confident you are with your look and style, the more beautiful you are. Thank you for tuning in to Let's Talk. For more information on the show, find us on Facebook, get tips, share your stories, and tell us what you want to talk about next. Let's talk.